Okay, just to repeat from where we started, I'm going to just read the whole thing again because it's so good anyway. This is from the chapter called Quarrelsome Jagai from his book, Jagadananda Pandit's book, Prima Vervata. So the emotional upheavals caused by my intense love for the Lord dance ceaselessly like waves on an ocean of my mind. Every day I get into some quarrel or misunderstanding with Lord Gauranga, so I came to be known as Kundali Jagai, the quarrelsome Jagai. I went on pilgrimage to Vrindavan and I spent some days with Srila Sanatana Goswami. There I also picked a fight with him. One day I saw the equipoised, self-realized soul, Sanatana Goswami, wearing a red cloth, usually worn by Devi worshippers, wrapped around his head. I immediately felt like smashing him with a rice pot in the corner. But when I saw Sanatana Goswami's humble dealings, all my pugnaciousness vanished, and I threw myself to one corner in great shame. My beloved Lord Gaura knows everything about me, and yet he sent me to Vrindavan while he stayed far away and watched the fun. It is good that my woes give him pleasure. Let me suffer eternal tribulations, because his happiness brings me great joy. I weep day and night, feeling the pangs of separation from my Lord. And my Lord Gaura simply smiles, looking at my tear-streaked face. That sannyasi, Gaurachandra, is actually a cheater. Yet I love his wonderful pastimes and his nectarian words. My Lord is now manifesting that same mood he previously manifested in Vraj. For understanding this, I cannot fully enter into that mood. You see, I always wondered about this, and he explained it right here. Jagadananda said, I can't fully enter into that mood that the Lord is in, because the Lord was totally immersed in that mood of being Radharani. Matter of fact, he thought himself as Radharani, and he didn't often surface out of it. Those last years, he was just so immersed in that mood. And so Jagadananda Pandit says, I can't fully enter into it because I have these knowledges of his opulences, that he's the Lord and all of that. So in this incarnation, and actually because of his nature, he was Satyabhama in the previous life, so he also knew the Lord's opulences. He would still quarrel with the Lord, so he was the incarnation of Satyabhama. So he couldn't fully enter into that mood because he couldn't, you have to kind of be it completely. So, so he felt some distance from it.
Something's going on with your mic.
What?
Something's going on with your mic. It keeps fading out, and then it comes back on really loud.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on here.
You have a fan running?
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. I'll shut the fan. That's what it was. I was probably cutting it off. Yeah. Once I brought him a pot of pure sandalwood oil, but in return, he simply gave me cutting words. In frustration, I broke the pot in front of him. Angry and in a sulky mood, I remained fasting. But my wonderful Lord, using devious means, dissolved my ire. He made me cook wild-grown vegetables of spinach for our meal, saying, food prepared by an angry cook enhances the taste. This statement incensed me further, and he seemed even more pleased by this. His joys are my only precious concern. When Sanatan inquired from me as to what he should do, I advised him to go to Vrindavan. The Lord thought I was foolish of me to try to advise Sanatan Goswami. I am always amazed to see how childlike the Lord is. I fervently hold on to his lotus feet for shelter. Then, when I desired to go to Vrindavan, he refused me permission, giving various excuses, trying to deceive me. And when I resisted his order, he asked me to go to Navadvip. Of course, I consider all this his causeless mercy on me. My Lord now resides in Purushottam Setra, which is equivalent to the spiritual status to the opulent Dwarka. He lives away from his own abode on the pretext that he has received his mother's permission to stay there. Yet he instructed me to go to Navadvip, which is his actual home. In fact, the Lord sends those fortunate souls who are recipients of his mercy to his home, Navadvip. As for me, coming back to Navadvip was like returning home, just like a cowherd boy returning to Goloka Vrindavan. In this way, I am executing my devotional service to the Lord day and night. It is the nature of all Lord Gauranga's devotees to serve as lotus feet. The lotus feet of Sri Gadadhar Pandit and Lord Gauranga are my only invaluable treasure. Sri Swarup Damodar knows my inner mood. I'll read this other one. This is chapter 4. We'll go backwards. That was chapter 5. Go to 4 now. This is called Lord Chaitanya's Dancing is Eternal, or Lord Chaitanya's Magnitude. All of you, my brothers, please worship Lord Sri Gauranga, the Lord and Master of my heart, because without him, my life becomes meaningless, dreary, and drab burden. My Lord Gauranga dances eternally in Srimati Sachi Devi's courtyard in Mayapur. Accompanying him is Lord Nityananda and Advaita Acharya Prabhu. He danced in Srivas Pandit's house, absorbed in the most ecstatic moods. Anyone beholding him thus never forgets that wonderful sight. His sublime pastimes and bodily movements remain incredibly embedded in my heart like moving pictures. And as my soul yearns and cries out to see more, they flash across the screen of my mind. When I saw the Lord's dancing in Jagannath Mandir, endless waves of ecstatic emotion flooded my heart. What is there for me in this wretched life to see, except to see the exquisite dancing movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performing on the banks of the Jahnavi River? You see, like we discussed last night, Arjai, how the Lord came to relish the mellows of devotion and then to preach these devotional mellows, which he did like simultaneously, just by relishing them. Those who saw him and appreciated what he was doing would often pick it up. That's how he spread it. And then he also taught verbally. Yeah, he taught what are the obstacles to maintaining that devotion or even entering into it. And so the Lord removed obstacles. He taught subjectively just by demonstration. See? And Jagadananda Pandit is showing that as a devotee, he's also relishing these pastimes by tasting them. And this is his life and soul. See, all this, what we're doing here, since we weren't there, where these are flashing before our minds by just chanting them out loud and or hearing them. It makes these things flash before our mind. And when the Lord becomes our life and soul, then you have entrance into this. That's it. When the Lord is one's life and soul, the particular incarnation, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Lord Chaitanya, Radha and Krishna, it's the same thing actually. Better to go to Lord Chaitanya, because then you'll really know Radha and Krishna. You'll know how to surrender and all kinds of wonderful stuff. So when the Lord is our life and soul, then we have entrance into this, and it's the devotee's mercy. See, Jagadananda wrote this book. He shared these pastimes and everything so that we can enter into a relationship with the Lord by his example. The Lord was his life and soul. So in a sense, we need to imitate that. See, but not, in a real way. Maybe even a false way, but and eventually we become more real with that. Like Prabhupada said to a disciple, he said, I don't know if I should pay obeisances to you because I don't feel it. Prabhupada said, no, just keep doing it and the feeling will come. So you imitate the other devotees who have maybe more feeling. We're imitating the devotees by chanting this Lila that they actually saw. Jagannatha Pandit saw it. Now it's flashing through his mind, and he's relishing the ecstasy of that. If anyone out there can do that, you're a free bird, man. You're an eternally liberated soul. Not just any eternally liberated. You're liberated on the level of what Lord Chaitanya came to bring, this confidential ecstasy of Raj Bhakti. If you can appreciate these pastimes and relish them and taste them, and they become your life and soul. Okay? That's why not so many people nowadays really are into it. At least that's why I see it. I don't get many people that seem to care about these things so much. They're maybe too busy. I mean, this world really takes your mind. Wants to take your mind away from such matters like this. Yeah. That's why the devotees ultimately they start making their lives more and more simple, even to the letting go of fruitive activities, because it takes a lot to maintain fruitive activities. You can't think too much. You see, so you want to do more of this. Like Ramananda Roy, Ramananda Roy, he just spent like 15 days with the Lord, or no, less than that, 5 or 7 days. And they were discussing the pastimes of Krishna, and he got so attractive, he went right to the king and said, listen, I don't have any inclination now to engage in fruitive activities. Go to Vrindavan and discuss the pastimes with the Lord, So it gets like that. The more attractive we get to the Lord, you just want to do less materially and more spiritually. So all the demigods and demigoddesses are Lord Chaitanya's servitors. Everyone must worship the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with undeviating devotion, and reject the worship of the demigods and goddesses as though they were on the same level. Know that all the demigods and goddesses are servitors of Lord Gauranga. So that's how it is with all incarnations. You have to really get clear that the incarnation that you're worshiping is not just a demigod, is actually the Supreme Lord, and give up the worship of the demigods, because the worship of the demigods are still within the modes of nature. Okay? So worshiping Jesus, worshiping Krishna, these are not demigods. This is the incarnation of God. And also the spiritual master, a real bona fide spiritual master. One who is actually owned by Krishna. Like Prabhupada. Bhaktisiddhanta Bhakti. See, they're manifestations of the spiritual potency. That's worshipable. The Lord is very happy when we get that. because they can direct us properly. They have the Lord's. They know the Lord's will. Their vision is clear. Okay? They're not going to misdirect us on the wrong path. They're going to direct us properly. So everyone must worship. Okay, undeviating devotion. Never let the mind entertain the idea that Lord Krishna and Lord Gauranga are different personalities. Be enlightened in the spiritual truth. Your spiritual master is the recipient of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special mercy. The eternal associates of the Lord are different limbs of his transcendental body. As for those who adamantly oppose Lord Chaitanya's divine position as a supreme person, they should clearly understand that every soul is Lord Gauranga's servant. You know, I actually went to Vrindavan. I found this group of worshippers. They didn't believe Lord Chaitanya was the Supreme Lord. They worshipped him as a great saint, like a sannyasi, but not as the Supreme Lord. Because, see, their guru wasn't in this line. He didn't get this information. It comes through a lineage. So if one is surrendered to a particular lineage, that with those who have faith in Gauranga, very fortunate, because you'll inherit that faith. It's like an inheritance. And with that faith, you can relish the bhakti that's in that worship, like the mood. Otherwise not. It was interesting. I went and visited them, and they're very nice people, but they just didn't have faith in Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Lord. And they did have some love and devotion. And, you know, that's really interesting because, to me, maybe to you, let's see. Because Lord Chaitanya said, with the students who opposed him, he said, well, if I'll take sannyas, and if they just give me respect as a sannyasi even, this love of God will start to awaken in their heart. Otherwise not. See, so it wasn't like you have to know that I'm the Supreme Lord. See, so but if you give respect, like this was this particular group people, they gave respect and they would chant Hare Krishna and they had love and all kinds of stuff. See, because the Lord even said it, I'm not demanding that you recognize me as God. Even as a sannyasi, giving him respect, because they didn't have any ill feelings towards him at all. But they used to sing really beautifully too. See, you know, you gotta kind of ultimately really study Chaitanya Lila to understand these intricacies, you know, because it can be confusing. You know, there's people in Vrindavan, the guru, many gurus say, don't go here and there and look at that, you'll get confused. And you will. You know, there's so many things going on, can't comprehend it. But if you really have a deep understanding of Lord Chaitanya's Leela by study and surrender to it and everything, then you can understand these intricacies like that. You know, why are they chanting Hare Krishna with love and they don't believe that Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Lord? Hey, well, that's why it already was taught in Leela. But those who adamantly oppose Lord Chaitanya's divine position as a supreme person, they should clearly understand that every soul is Gauranga's servant. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, firm faith in worshiping Lord Chaitanya. Do not indulge in useless criticism and finding faults in others. Now, this is a good lesson for ISKCON devotees and devotees who are in some of these bigger sampradayas. This criticism thing is a big obstacle, the biggest actually, towards entering into these loving dealings that Lord Chaitanya came to give. Okay? So do not indulge in useless criticism, like taking sides and all that stuff. and finding faults in others. That happens here, you know. Often people will come and then they just kind of disappear. We just had, looks like one disappeared. In the mind, some fault-finding thing comes and then boom, knocked out. Because the kind of bhakti that we're going for here cannot manifest amongst criticism. See, so the Lord is careful, you know. And for the person's sake also. Okay. Some people find it really hard. It's like, you know, the goddess of fortune found it very hard to enter the mood of Vrindavan. They're devotees, and I found this over the years. It's very hard for them to give up. There's a ras there, a taste. But then you can't taste these sweet mellows of love of God. You'll taste the ras that you get from arguing with people. There's a ras in that. Not a very good one. You know, taking aside, you know, the Ritviks going against the gurus, and then the gurus going against the Ritviks. They have the fighting, you know, see? But this is a ras exchange, but this is not a very tasty one. But if they go into the love of Lord Chaitanya and they give up the criticism and go into this love, then all of that will be reconciled. You will see how it all fits. Quarrels and disagreements amongst the scriptures become reconciled. Okay? You can't reconcile it by fighting each other. You just get more confused. You can't find the real path. See, deep within your heart, simply worship the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with unflinching devotion. Chant Lord Gauranga's holy name, because his name is omnipotent, and other names of the demigods and goddesses and Vishnu Tattva and Vishnu Tattvas are perfectly harmonized, contained in his name. See, everyone's satisfied. The demigods become satisfied. The demons become satisfied. See, you're not going after the demons and finding fault with them because of their faults, even. The prerequisite to enter Vaikuntha is you have to be worshipped by the demons and the demigods. Think about that, huh? The demons have to appreciate your behavior, as well as the demigods. Have no enemy. Of course, when preaching, there might be something, you know, sometimes. Misunderstandings when you're preaching. Yeah, chant Gauranga's holy name because his name is omnipotent. Okay? So, you know, like what I've noticed over the years for chanting, the idea is to chant, and so that ultimately devotion arises from inside. You can feel this arising of devotion. So that's the Lord of Heart arises. He wakes up. And if you're chanting Gauranga's name, it makes it more easy because the Lord Chaitanya is, you know, there's more offenses to take in consideration. See? But by chanting Lord Chaitanya's name, that's probably you wonder, why is he always chanting Lord Chaitanya's name a lot? Well, you know, devotion arises, all offenses are wiped out. I mean, we pick up stuff and we you know, just stuff happens, man. You know, and chanting Gauranga's names, it washes, and Lord Chaitanya's name, Nityananda, it washes all that away so we can feel ecstasy in chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna mantra. So in a sense, Lord Chaitanya's name is Maha Mantra because it's more effective. It's just like if you're a beginner, it's better to go to Mayapur and Navadvip and take shelter there than it is in Vrindavan because you can commit more offenses and they're taken into account where they're not in Mayapur. So we can eradicate our offenses there. Okay? Especially if you have good association with living devotees who are not critics. Chant Gauranga's holy name because his name is omnipotent. All other names and demigods. Okay, read that. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the original spiritual master in this cosmic creation. So teach everyone the process of simple, unalloyed love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He didn't say love of Krishna. See, because that's putting the cart before the horse. The horse that drives that cart, it drives us to Vrindavan is Lord Chaitanya. See, so we got to cultivate that. Understand Lord Chaitanya's Lila and understand how to enter into devotion, which is not so clearly mentioned and taught in Vrindavan, because everybody there is already there. It's meant for see, it was sealed. It was they're just doing their, relationships with each other. See, Lord Chaitanya was in the mood to teach how to enter into Vrindavan. Hey, good evening there. Yeah, how to enter into Vrindavan. So that's more valuable for us. Okay. So teach everyone the process of simple, unalloyed love for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the only way we can do that is to be it. To be surrendered to Lord Chaitanya. To be convinced. Even back then, people had to be convinced that Lord Chaitanya was worthy shelter. We have to be convinced that any incarnation is our worthy shelter. See, then we can start to know potency, the ecstasy of it. Okay? But without that surrender, it's very rare to get it. Give up deceit and hypocrisy and purify your mind. Either sincerely worship Lord Gauranga or maintain society, family, and friendship. It is impossible to do both. Now, this is an interesting statement. Either worship Lord Gauranga or maintain society, family, or friendship. See? So the whole point is of attraction to Lord Chaitanya through the devotee's mercy is that we start to let go of that, maintaining society, friendship, and all of that, because it's all passing. It's all going to go. It's all going to leave us. There's a lot of fault in it. If you have faith, we can only ultimately you can only have faith in either the truth or the lie. I mean, there's a point where we have to just realize, hey, I've got these attachments and everything, Lord, but you're my goal. I'm just going to keep worshiping you and meditating on you, and yes, and sincerely, even though I have attachments. See, that's a good mood. That's an honest mood. Okay. See, and that's how it works, because the more we just see, Lord Chaitanya or Krishna taught in the Bhagavatam that my devotees, this is I think 11th through 12th canto, my devotees often have material desires they're struggling with, but I want to tell them this, and this is like just repeating what he said, because a lot of devotees feel bad about this, and that's, he says, you should worship me in a happy mood. Okay? So don't let don't be overcome by lamentation because of your faults, because the Lord isn't looking at your faults. Only we look at our own faults and other people's faults. Okay? Just keep looking at the Lord in a happy mood. See, that's the Lord's teaching, and then by association, hearing, chanting, remembering, lots of sadhu sangha, then these things will go. Because the more we meditate on the Lord, the more of those qualities that the Lord has, which is beauty, extreme beauty, extreme renunciation, extreme. He has everything in full. And we can, the more we meditate on it, these qualities begin to radiate in us. We get the virtues. This is the path Lord Chaitanya taught. You just really focus on worship of Lord Chaitanya. Welcome, Lance and Abby. Yeah. So I don't know if you know about Lord Chaitanya, but this is a wonderful latest incarnation of God. Has a lot to contribute to our worship, whatever incarnation we worship, whether it's Jesus or another one. So choose between engaging yourself in transcendental devotional service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or taking shelter of mundane activities, serving family, friends, and society. It is impossible to maintain both of these activities simultaneously. Well, anyway, we have to just keep trying. Keep trying. I mean, Jagadananda, he had the association of Lord Chaitanya, so it's more easy. I mean, we also do, but we have to through the books and all that. But still, the Lord was actually here and encouraging people. Books also do, just. So let's see where else. I Jagadananda Pandit I Jagadananda humbly caution that if we do not develop single-mindedness in executing devotional service, then we place ourselves in the impossible position of trying to cross a river in two boats with one foot in each. So for him writing this, obviously there was that problem back then. People were struggling with that, as we are nowadays too. We've been attached to the world and family and friends and sense gratification since time immemorial. So it takes some time to get clear. Okay, so that's enough of that. So now let's go back to some japa chanting, I guess. Is Sachi there, I wonder? Maybe there she is. Hey, welcome. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Huh?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, you have a good night?
Yeah. I just kind of feel weird. It's just a weird feeling coming back.
Oh, coming back home?
From that.
Oh,
yeah, transitioning
from
that world to this world.
Yeah, well. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
I think mainly it's because I'm just not able to talk about this world in that world, and that doesn't help.
Yeah. Well, you can try and think about it a little bit, chant softly in your mind and stuff. Yeah, that's, whenever you get a chance. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Yeah, if anybody's watching this now, on the Facebook Live. If you want to come back on, I'm going to finish this one here, and then I'm going to start another Facebook Live. You just go to my page and just look for the latest link. It's just because I don't want to make these too long, the individual ones. Okay, so I'm going to go finish this, and then I'm going to start another satsang. So look for it on my page. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oops. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So this is our chanting portion of this program on Facebook. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And just offering this, you don't have to do it. If you feel like chanting kirtan, you can do it, Sachi, if you like. If not, we just chant japa. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare. Amen. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to everyone else too. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hallelujah. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. You can chant along with me. Chant Jesus' name. Right? So we chant. I'll just chant Gauranga's name. Just same God, just different incarnation. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So I think maybe that's going to be enough for me tonight. I didn't sleep so well last night, but or so long actually. Got up early. I'm a little bit tired here. Hey, you're back. So I think we're just going to sign off here. What are you going to do today, RJ?
I've got to get ready to move from here back down to Washington, West Virginia. Get ready for my start of my next week.
Ah, yeah, good. So we'll probably broadcast in the afternoon if you're still around.
Yeah, I'll be on the road this afternoon, but I can probably catch you tomorrow morning.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's good. Well, thanks, Abby, also on Facebook. She's a Christian, and she comes and hangs out with us here. Yeah.
Safe travels, RJ.
Okay, bye. Abby. Good night. God bless you too.
Horrible.
All right. Thank you. So you ready for a little shut-eye?
Yeah. Do I look like it?
Good. Huh?
Do I look like it? Oh, no.
Yeah, you look like it. I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just lay down too a little bit here. I'm a little bit tired. I got up at 2:30.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So do it. Go for it, man. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. How's it go?
Haribo.